So I'm here, and I'd like to tell this story real quick, right? So let's say someone was like, all right, we're going to compare to someone, we're going to do our type of thing, we're going to clone them, right? Well, I'm thinking, well, how could you compare yourself with me? So when I was around, like, I'd say, when I say like, it's probably because it wasn't 3, but I'd say around like 4 or 5. So 3, 4, or 5. You know what? The truth is, it's around 3, 4, around 3 or 4. Well, probably in between 3, 4, maybe 5. So my great grandfather, and up to this day, I don't even know if he's my great grandfather. I'm just someone who used to call him my great grandfather because of this moment. Moments. All right, so check. I ran around my aunt's house, and there was someone in the back. You know, I like ran up some steps. It's like this big wooden house just in the back, and I'm like, I ran in that joint. I don't even know if he knew me. He probably was my great grandfather. He probably, listen, up to this day, he's my great grandfather. So at the moment, he's in there with no shirt on. He's wearing a diaper, a white diaper. And in front of him has this table, a bunch of like cigarette butts, you know, with ashes inside of it. And he's in there like it's like his spot, like, you know what I mean? Like, he live in there. It wasn't really no scoping around type moment where I'm looking around to see what is inside of there. You know what I mean? My main focus is like him. And then I went in there to like see what's up. Like, yo. You know what I mean? Like, what's up? I'm there. You know, I'm little. So, you know, I'm just running around having fun. So he's smoking on a cigarette. At this time, my thought is like securities and all kind of things. I'll get into those things in a couple of seconds. Minutes maybe. So he's smoking on a cigarette and securities, and he's like, take a puff of this or something, right? He's like, take a puff of this. And he passes it to me. So I'm like, and he next says, never smoke one of these, right? Some things on stuff like, you motherfucker. Like, you have me. Like, you have me. Nothing in life could ever change the moment there. Not saying that you do it, you know what I mean? I don't want you to run around, you know what I mean? But what's his younger who was doing the RDI? You know what I mean? He was doing that type of shit when he was little, you know, you see him and he kind of blew up on the internet. But I'm someone who's in this type of mix, you know what I mean? But I guess he was younger and he was doing it a lot. But if you see him now, he probably into something real wild, you know what I mean? But aside from those thoughts, so let's get back into the securities type of thing. And my name is Holland. It's HOLLIN. You know, with my nature, my thought is, I'm an owner with Trinidad, which is an island. You know what I mean? But my name is Holland, so I'm an owner with. Alright. Now, with the securities thought, right? So let's say you smoke like Chiba, marijuana, right? Let's say you smoke marijuana. My thought is marijuana is something that adds glue on your bone. like, you know what I mean, like your bones. Like as you smoke, my thought is it adds glue on your bones, right? Now my thought is when you smoke a cigarette shrinks your bone, right? So let's say you have to shrink your bone. If you smoke cigarettes, this is what you've naturally been doing. It's not like something you just start and be like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to do this, right? Check this out. You smoke cigarettes, you're shrinking your bone. You possibly may have entered the thought to like smoke marijuana or chiba. So now you're not shrinking your bone. What you're doing is you're putting glue on your bone. So let's straighten my head. But it's on the side, right? You're putting glue on your bone, right? Next, after putting the glue on your bone, the thing you're supposed to do is vape. And when I say vape, it's one of those type of things where you get one of those little flavored like puffer things, you know what I mean? The little things. It has a charger. Not a charger, but a spot where you can put your charger in it because you have to charge it. And it gives you like a candy. Like it puts like candy, like a candy flavor into your mouth. It doesn't like, it's not like you're eating the candy, like, you know, not overdoing yourself, right? And it comes with an expiration date. You know what I mean? Like the day you get it, it might have an expiration date of like 2 years or something like that. You know, and it might give you an amount of puffs, like thousands. You know what I mean? And it'll stay like perfect. I said like, but it'll stay perfect for the most part. You know, right now I'm with my first type of nature, and I realize that when you smoke, right? If you take a puff of something and, you know, you just blow it out with inhaling it, it starts to build up a cough nature with you. So when you start to cough, like after you vape and you cough, you'll start to feel your bones like, and they like are like clicking back into like places. Now I'm somebody who plays sports, so it's a little bit different for other people. So let's say you don't smoke at all. It's not something that you will want to just out of nowhere just start to do, but a vape is a very nice thing. So if you smoke cigarettes, check this out. You might purchase cigarettes for like, I guess like let's say $11 just to keep it at a safe nature space. You know what I mean? $11. Or $11 digit, you know what I mean, with a card, my thought, or with dollars, however you purchase. All right. So let's say you spend about $11. Well, a vape will charge you, a good one will probably be like $20. A nice one, a great one will be like a great one, or a great one, or a great one will be like $20. The thing is, after, you're just going to be amazed because the amount of cigarettes you would smoke, 20 in a pack, you would have a vape where you could relax and you could then possibly, instead of smoking a whole pack, you could probably have a pack and smoke a pack like in a long period of time because maybe you want a cigarette to say as spoken. You might be like, I like to puff on my cigarette because right now I'm like, you know, in a type of dry mode. You know what I mean? Like you're dry. You know, you might puff on a chiba once more because you want to feel like you're glued. Like you'd be like, wow, like I'm. If you think about it, anyone who's ever puffed on all three things know the feel. So for everybody who may say, oh, you know, this type of thing puts this inside of you or that, listen, people put all kind of things inside of themselves. But when you actually pay attention to the type of thing you think with, it's not something where it's putting anything inside of you. It's actually like candy. You know, there's other type of candies or shanduais that's out there. Many people have had, you know what I mean? Anything, a lollipop. That's what a vape is like, but it's like having like thousands of lollipops over and over and over. You know what I mean, so it's super amazing, and I'd like, everybody out there who has something going on with their self to just think about those type of things. You know what I mean? And if you were trying to compare yourself with me, you'd have to start at that level. Other people, they say, oh, they see somebody like the color red, you know what I mean, in a blood nature. When you think about it, when you get your bandana from your mom, and it's her bandana, but you take it, and you're like, this joint mom, because I like to use it, I like to clean my face, wipe my sweat, or whatever my necessity want to do. And you don't think about it. It's like now you're in the blood nature. But the weird part about it is when you're young and you're like 5 years old or something like that, right? Like 4 or 5 years old, and you're taking a piss outside, and your dick is like pissing blood. For the most part, you think damn near everybody piss blood. You know what I mean? So you don't care if you're in the blood nature. But other than that, the other thing would be, well, damn, my wiener's attached. But I watch adult flicks. I don't see too many attached wieners. You know what I mean? Where it closes up, you know what I mean? You peel it back, and it was attached. But, after a while, you started to, excuse the butt, come back here, turn around. Nah, on some real stuff. As you start to realize, you might be sexing or getting some head or something like that, excuse my language. Or you may be doing those things, and when you do those things, it starts to like snip itself at the bottom. And you realize now with the snip, it's like, wow, alright, so it heals. 2-3 days, heals. Alright. You make sex again. Alright. Nothing. No snap. Alright. Some teeth might touch it. Oh, damn, now you have to snap. Oh, doesn't hurt you while you're having sexual experiences, no? Alright. Next, it's like you get older and you realize, damn, condoms. Now, I'm not saying you didn't start your thing with condoms. I'm not saying that you didn't start your, with yourself first or with somebody else, but I'm going to tell you this, condoms, right? All right, so you put the condom on your tip, right? You had a little thing. I don't have no scissors. I'll show you. But listen, I mean, I had scissors, but I don't have no scissors with me. All right, so look. All right, I'm going to show you. Because condoms are amazing. One thing you can do when you have a wiener like mine or like yours is you can put a condom on and close your wiener. Well, you put the condom on, you snip the tip, and you close your wiener. You know what I mean? You pee, or you do whatever you do. However you do it, right? Now, after you snip the tip, if it's attached underneath, right? If it's attached underneath, this is a condom. Excuse my fingers and everything. I don't need no gloves because it's just a condom. Alright. So here we go. You roll it on. You roll it on, right? You gotta roll it on a little bit more than that. Alright, so about there. You snip the tip. You close it up. You pee. Alright? Now, after if it was attached underneath, right? If it's attached underneath, after you pee, it starts to cloud up inside, right? And what it does, it actually cleans your tip of your wiener, right? Now, you take it and you pull it up some more, right? You pull it up some more. You know what I mean? while it's underneath on the thing right there, while it's underneath on the attached part, you peel it up and keep it on your tip, right? And then you snip it once more, right? The reason why I didn't do it right now is because I wanted to tell you something else. Right? Now, if you have the other kind of wiener where it's just already snipped or it's like just a top, you know what I mean, or however it is. But what you do is you put it on, you snip the tip. Now, you're wondering, wow, if I snip the tip, how am I going to get it to stay on there? You know what I mean? You can snip the tip and just leave it on there because you can. You know what I mean? I'd say that's the smartest way to do it. But if you thought of another way, this is just you not learning at all. Like, you haven't learned this at all. You know what I mean? You can put it on there and just leave it on there and snip the tip. You know what I mean? But aside from that, you would put it on there, you would snip the tip, right? And then, even the males who have their things that closes up, they can do this also, but there's not really any need. You would snip the tip, right? And you would have it on there, right? And then what you would do is you would hold it. You would hold it while it's on your thing, and you would pull it, right, over your tip. And then you would pull this part up like this. And when you put this part up like this, excuse me, I'm looking crazy. When you pull this part up like this, you get to wherever, necessary, your height, and then you snip it. When you snip it, you can have it on your wiener like a skirt. You know what I mean? Now, that's kind of stupid, but I guess that's possibly for people who have the type of wiener, my type of wiener type nature, you know what I mean? It's in clothes and stuff. And on some real stuff, as I'm growing, I'm not sure if my thing is going to just do some crazy extension or something like that from being peeled back, because at times it can just be peeled back and moved around with it peeled back because it's already snipped. I've snipped the bottom of it from using the sound of nature doing the other type of thing spoken. You know what I mean? The rolling it out, snipping it, you know what I mean? So it's pretty smooth, y'all. It's pretty nice. But, so we went from, the whole thought of the securities to, snipping your wiener. You can sip your drink if you choose to sip your drink. I wouldn't tell you not to sip your drink, and I definitely wouldn't tell you to give your drink to someone else, and not yourself. It actually makes you crazy smart, yo. You get like dumb fucking gifts and stuff like that. You get accounts and stuff once you start to sip your stuff, yo. I'm talking from experience. Because, my previous was to delete. Aside from my first one. My first one was like a tap, like. See what it was like. But, nah, aside from everything else, though, I'm just waiting for something major to happen. I have so many accomplishments where I could just do dumb stuff and just keep my accomplishments flowing. Everyone do the things y'all are accustomed doing. Brush with 2 toothbrushes. You know what I mean? You can, brush with 2 brushes on the top of your head. You know what I mean? When you flying yourself, comb with 2 combs. Comb with 2 combs. Do those type of things. And make yourself smooth. Definitely do something with your with your car. You know what I mean? Hit some DoorDash, get some money, yo. It's easy. It's fun as hell. If you're not doing anything else, apply with SS. You know what I mean? Most people call it social security income, but it really has another type of nature once you get in with it. So it kind of protects yourself. You know what I mean? For all the people who don't have it, they don't know what it really is. If you got food programs around, get into like AycHiz and stuff like that if you're in the Philadelphia area. I am one of the AycHiz, superstars. They got AycHiz Hollywood, but I'm AycHiz, AycHiz. You know what I mean? So if you notice, it's AycHiz, AycHiz, so. You see who do the things they do and how they do their things. I'm just a youngin', learning as my motion, continues. You get your accounts, and you find your accounts to feed things. But remember, don't complain about something when you control the thought. Don't be like, oh, I'm not going to do DoorDash because it messes up your car. You hear the train? They're actually talking with me. But like I said, don't do DoorDash like you're going to mess up your car, because imagine you got a brand new car and you're just driving. You know what I mean? And even if it's not a brand new car, it's a car that gets you to start. Once you start, you do your deliveries, and as you go up, they give you gifts and stuff like that. But when you do your deliveries, have something to give to the customer so that you can always say, they can get with you somehow. And, if you got a little business or something, a little, profile page or something like, you do those type of things and get with the customers. Because when you get into your car and you move around, you're just pushing less. You might drive, listen, if you're from your house to the gasoline station, that might be your whole dash, I'm not saying, like, you might go to the gasoline station. If it's far, like, I'm serious, kid. Like, me and my gasoline station not far. You know what I mean? If you got to drive, like, 5-6 minutes or something like that for your gasoline station, you might pull up to a restaurant or something like that after a 5-minute drive, pick up something for someone, or some peeps, and take it to them after like another little 5 or 6, 7 minute, 8 minute, 9 minute ride. And you'll be paid an amount and it comes straight to you, and you learn how to use it. It comes to your account real fast. You can make moves with it and everything. And as you go up, think of all the different things you're going to get. Like, you have, you'll get cars, houses, businesses, the businesses you deal with, all the fun things you get to see, the places you get to go, the people you get to melt with, and have the niceness with. So yeah, definitely get into something like DoorDash, kid. DoorDash is so amazing. And remember, don't take that crap about, it's gonna mess up your car. Fool, and honest truth is, you will honestly drive more in your car doing nothing and get paid nothing. If you drive DoorDash, you will drive your car doing absolutely nothing and getting paid. Nothing. You're getting money, kid. Money like a motherfucker. But I'm 39, you know what I mean? So, for all the people out there, for all the peeps out there who do their thing, do it easy. And I say do their thing. I'm sorry, I apologize. Let them animals stay in the grass, you know what I mean? Aside from those things, I've seen a couple of in places I don't want them at. But the best time, at night time, I'm bugging. I got too many thoughts in my mind. Excuse my nature, how I look and everything. Having beautified as spoken, I was jumping around. I'm like, damn, man, I got this freaking Chiba, yo. I messed up this freaking Chiba. Alright, I got me a couple sticks. I messed up a couple sticks. I'm like, dog, I'm trying to get the fuck away from this type of shit. Excuse my language. Alright, so next thing you know, man, let me get one of these freaking vapes. I gotta do this type of shit, kid. Man, I'm puffing that shit. I'm like, yo, forget everybody, yo, you just saved my fucking life, yo. And then I started to think about it, dog. When you look at letters and numbers and shit, the numbers are, as they start, lesser than the motherfucking shit. So when you read the word vape, that's a very small word compared to marijuana and cigarettes, kid. I'm fucking serious. I can't fucking cry, because if I cry, then I'm going to be a fucking cry. And if I cry, then I'm going to be a fucking cry. And I don't want to motherfucking cry. Bye. I got so many thoughts in there. I'm going to keep on going with that. Alright, so now on some real stuff though, I can't even, you know? But that's because everybody do it. But anyway, so yeah, all y'all peeps, so y'all keep gonna be blessed, have fun. Other than that DoorDash thought, I don't got much for you, yo. You know what I mean? It's nothing else to do, yo. Or if you think things hot, peel that thing back in the shower, kid. Don't, you know, keep that thing closed. I mean, of course you will clean it and all kind of stuff, but I'm saying like peel it back and let it like super soak in that bitch. And then peel it back when you move around. Don't keep it closed also, dog. That should be feeling so fucking amazing. And another thing also, dog, is let that bitch get some air, dog. And if you're outside somewhere, let that bitch get some air also. Don't be like afraid to let your thing get some air, dog. Who the fuck cares, dog? Have some fucking fun, man. Let your thing get some fucking air outside, dog. I mean, I ain't saying put it around all kind of people and that type of shit. I'm saying let that shit get some fucking air, dog. You might be driving, let that shit air that thing out. You know what I mean? And then that thing won't be fucking banging. You know, you banging. You know, you can close it up and allow it to build cream. You know what I'm saying? Allow it to build the smegma. And when that shit build, dog, it gets so fucking fluffy and fucking weird. Like, the females will come to you, dog, and let you know when it's ready to be fucking amazed and amused and shit, kid. Like, I'm sorry, I'm super, yo, so listen, right? Much respect to all the peeps out there. Keep doing your thing. It's always love, no hate with me. All y'all peeps out there who wonder what's going on as far as nothing, it's like, man, everything is banging. Amazing, real banging amazing. I'm just in search of more amazing, you know what I mean? So y'all keep doing what y'all do. Keep gonna be blessed. AycHiz, one time, man. AycHiz. Picture shine, picture shine, picture shine, picture shine. Nigga shine, nigga shine, nigga shine, nigga shine. Bitches shine, bitches shine, bitches shine, bitches shine. Look at shine, look at shine, look at shine, look at shine. You're not letting nobody tell you you can't shine. My shoes up and they shine, my car cruise through the shine. Music is the only way you will play me, cause I block not your shine but your watch probably has the wrong time. Your chains gnaw, took off mine, slapping breaths and plugging sneeze bars. The feeling I never hate, the reason that the lies. Nigga shine, nigga shine, nigga shine, nigga shine. Picture shine, picture shine, picture shine, picture shine. Bitches shine, bitches shine, bitches shine, bitches shine. Look at shine, look at shine, look at shine, look at shine. Nigga shine, nigga shine, nigga shine, nigga shine. Fuchsia bandana, mine's here, gang talk. Banging how my gang talks, banging how my gang walk, banging how my gang walks. A mansion with my future and safes, taste place, wit brings space. Peace bandana begins a true lord. If you won't get tired with the meal. Bitches shine, 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 bitches shine. Look at shine, 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 look at shine. Bitches shine, bitches shine, bitches shine, bitches shine. Look at shine, look at shine, look at shine, look at shine. She the hottest on the screen, bringing profits with your team. Forget, remember, forget. O-I-I-O, on sides, his with thoughts, talks. My pictures, my walk, my entrance, no longer exits. Triple entries. Doctor creates a triple pose. Look at shine, look at shine. Picture shine, so long, nigga shine. Bitches shine, look at shine. AycHiz, AycHiz, WM will thrive me. Keep going up, be blessed. WM.
fuck do I mean? AycHiz.